Really moo. Oh wait, dude, I'm so chill that my door's open. I'm like literally so chilled out that I forgot I didn't shut the door before starting. And the weather's actually really nice here today. So the window's open if you guys hear stuff. But it just feels like awesome. Which is kind of interesting with how these energies are all just like squished together. Can you hear me okay, Owen? I have the camera at a different angle, so I don't know if it's picking my voice up. What's up with this audio only shit? Well, like I said, we're Mercury shadow with the retrograde. Hey, Ruby. So there's gonna be stuff. I know I've already had stuff happening to me multiple times, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna chill and go with it. Yeah, you guys are both in podcast mode. I'm telling you, this retrograde is gonna be something else, especially with the internet. And, so I'll just go ahead. Let's do some disclaimers. Yes, the weather is awesome here, but it's also extremely windy, so it would not surprise me if something happened with the internet. So there's one. Mercury shadow and Aquarius internet, Mercury communication, all that stuff. There's two. I'm just telling you all the reasons my shit can shut down today. But but you guys having to do podcast. I mean, I was already feeling, I was like, there's gonna be podcast definitely on this thing. But I believe. But also there's this really interesting energy that's happening right now. And I find it really interesting that the energy is this today after what I was feeling last night. Because I actually... I haven't read for my own self in a while, just sat down and read for myself. And it's like I've been doing this thing where I start meditating before bed now. As well with other stuff happening to me. But I felt like sitting down and doing that before meditating last night. And it was so weird because I was really pulled to either past life energy or like gifts and different things like that, how to access and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit down and start doing this. This is something else. So as I was doing it, it was so interesting, everything that was coming out. And it made so much sense. It was like insane. So today it's like I'm setting up and then out of nowhere it's like, do that for the pick a card. And I'm like, what? Because I still had the same decks because I used multiple decks. When I was doing it last night, I just kept getting pulled to different decks. And I still had them out because it was so late I hadn't put them away. And I came back in there and I was like, okay, well then I'll use different decks. And it's like, use same decks. I'm like, okay, I'm using same decks. So you guys are going to get the readings from the same decks that I got the readings from last night. So this is going to be very interesting. But it is really cool. I'm going to do it to where it's Ketu energy, like South Node energy, what we come here with, what we're doing, like what we either learned last lifetimes, early this lifetime, what might be blocking us, how to access it, like all that kind of stuff, because that's what came out for me last night. And I just felt that that would be something really cool right now. And of course, you know, South Node being in Sagittarius energy, along with all of this very top heavy energy. Like there's literally nothing, like if you guys could see the chart, I'm going to say it out loud so you guys can see it. But I have the astrology up for today. The only thing in the houses 1 through 6 is the North Node, and the North Node is barely in the first house. This energy right here is basically like this big pull towards self, but then everything else is so external. Relationships having the South Node there, it's so strange because there was past life relationships that came up for me. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that kind of stuff came out. Of course, there was like this higher minded energy to it as well, and learning. But it's like coming from South Node energy. Like this is what we understand. That's what we're being meant. Like that's what's meant to happen right now with this energy. We're at the very last moment of Capricorn energy. Obviously, it's going into Aquarius season 29 with that sun. So the sun's going to be moving into just her assistant. But that's the 7th house energy. 8th house energy is Venus, Pluto, the sun, like I said, last degree of the sun over here. All that's in Capricorn. It's going to be very quickly, that sun's going to be moving into that higher mind energy, like the South Node right now is in higher mind energy, where shadow work, past, and like relationships and partnerships are concerned, and building those as well healthily and on that kind of plane. And having this Aquarius energy mixing is like the communities forming from it. Also with Mercury being up there, it's like the communication, the expansion. We still have that connection with Jupiter going back to Sagittarius energy. Like there is so much about expansion and the community, and how there's pretty much like sometime later today or early tomorrow morning, like exact degrees, talking about it going into Aquarius. There is going to be this light just shown on it, because right now it's still in that Capricorn energy, shining light on some of those kind of topics. But once it moves into Aquarius, it's pretty much all this energy we're feeling right now is going to have that light, like that spotlight thrown on it. This also has to do with this shadow period for the retrograde, because obviously everything's going to be conjunct. Stellium having fun in Aquarius up here, with the sun being up there, a retrograde happening. There's just a lot that's going to be happening. Definitely collectively, we are going to be seeing this all over the damn internet. It's very expansive energy. It's like literally time and structure with Saturn as well as this very expansive consciousness energy, but communication. And then the spotlight. It's like it's going to be like all over the place where different things are being just pulled out and thrown out. Everyone's going to be learning things. They're going to have to open their mind to understand things, or they're just going to get left behind. It's like one of those like you have to do this kind of thing. But what's interesting is there's this energy of not understanding Aries and Libra energy right now. Like, how do we balance the need for self with the need for all the partnerships? Which is very interesting because the North Node is pulling us to literally, like, be our actual selves. Like, that's what it is. It's like this pull into self, into the body. And like Gemini energy, everything is so connected to what we are learning. And what's with that South Node energy being partnerships, it's almost like our relationship with selves, if you believe in past lives, is like all that stuff coming back, probably a lot of information, which I think is probably why this is coming up, because there's been so many things. Also, I don't know if someone needs to hear this. I mean, I needed to hear it. It came to me during meditation. But while I was meditating last night before bed, and my phone was pretty much dying. It was like 2%, 1%, and I wanted to have this very specific music playing. I know what it's called and everything. So it's like I wanted it playing, and it's a very specific meditation music. And I'm sitting there doing the breathing and everything, and then I hear the word, and I literally see it too, because obviously they wanted me to know how it's spelled. But it was Hana is how it's pronounced, but it's spelled Hana. And there's a lot, like when I looked it up, it's in a lot of different languages as important things. I know, what was it? In Japanese, it is flower, blossom, bud, things like that. A lot of people name their girls that. It's like one of those things. I honestly don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but you know what? Why not? Maybe someone needs to hear these things. But there's a lot of interesting things because there's also, in Hawaiian, it means to craft or work. And Maori, it's shine, glow, give out love, radiance. In Islam, it's equated to the Virgin Mary. In where was it? There was another one that, oh yeah, Albanian, it's the moon. In Korean, it's actually the number 1. There's like so many different things with it. There was one other thing. There was a Hebrew thing with it that meant something. Because I remember my boyfriend's mom, when I said it, it actually reminded her of the word, because she grew up knowing, she knows Hebrew. Meaning favor or grace. But yeah, just those meanings right there. Like I said, that was random. But, oh wow. for one, I'm sorry about your grandmother. At the same time, I don't even know how to feel about that. But I guess if you needed to hear that, that's why I was pulled to say it, for all the different meanings. So obviously, like I was saying, this energy is connecting us to gifts right now, which is why I'm going to do this pick a card. So, there really isn't much else I want to say about the horoscope energy for today, daily transits or whatever, besides the moon is in Aries. Our emotions are going to be kind of impulsive, as is our intuition. Like you guys are seeing from my random bouts of things flying out. And obviously Neptune is still in the mix here. It's making us very dreamy when it comes to us trying to understand what we want to leave as our legacy, what we want to do as careers, thinking about our reputation. It's like we're dreaming of the things we can do right now. And Mars is still in this energy that is with the moon and Chiron, trying to work through that energy because it's in the 11th house, time right back to that freaking Aquarius energy is everywhere. It is all over the place, and so is Sagittarius energy. It's just heavy Aquarius Sagittarius energy. It's not even surprising me right now with there's all this freaking and of course Uranus is just like doing whatever the heck it wants in unexpected energy and subconscious energy, just floating around doing whatever. All this energy is just tied together at the top of the chart. Every house is lit up, like 7th through 12th, top of the chart. You just have a little bit of north node in the first house. But that's the energy that we're feeling right now. A lot of anything you can think of the 7th through the 12th house, that's the energies we're really heavily feeling. With all these planets literally having a ball together. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the pick a card because I feel like it's time to see what is actually happening. So, why not get started? I already told you guys we're going to be looking at our talents and gifts that are literally ready to come out from this Ketu energy. And it's literally in the energy. We're going to, which is South Node, Ketu and South Node energy are the same thing. So we're going to go through first what comes out for each crystal, whatever you choose. I already have the 4 hidden behind here, so it's like pick up that kind of thing. Like if you get an initial shock response and you're pulled to it, or if you get pulled to it when I actually show you near the camera. That is, hey Rajan, that's pretty much how we're going to do it today. Now, I don't know how it's going to come out for each pile, I'm going to be honest with you, because I feel like this is very unpredictable. You could get some random gifts that come out, relationships, how it was in your past life, what, or early childhood things you blocked off, how to work through the blocks, what energies are around you, or possibly deities, since the goddess thing came out too, if you're working with certain ones. Also, if you have ancestry with Native American roots, or just you don't know you come from Earth energy because it was probably past life energy, this is very strong out. There might be some I'm even pulled to read from the book, because I was pulled to do that for myself, even though I was feeling certain ways about the cards. But all of this is very interesting energy and unpredictable. I feel like it's just literally what Uranus is doing right now, because it is trining my Uranus. It's like, this is what we're going to talk about. So let's do this. first one for our group that we have is Green Moonstone. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be reading you guys the meaning of the Green Moonstone or any of the other crystals until the end of your piles. But let's see if we can get this to show up by itself mystically somehow. Come on. Black and... Okay, you want to come up off the screen? Come on. Okay. So this is the Green Moonstone. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one here. Next one we have, this is I always say this sounding like I have a lisp. Lepidolite sphere. If I can say it correctly. But this right here is what it looks like once it wants to take it. Come on. Which way are you going to see the sphere? Come on. How are you still focusing? Okay, there we go. But yeah, this right here is... Oh. How awkward do you have to make me be, sphere? Like, seriously? I'm getting irritated with this thing. Let me show the sphere. Quit looking at the background or however you are seeing this awkward stuff in the camera. I'm guessing whoever is drawn to this, you're gonna have a difficult thing coming out with how that was just not working with me. Next, we have fluorite. Let's stick it straight up. Okay, you guys are gonna have impulsive energy. Just gonna throw it straight up into the thing. Oh, look, there's a rainbow. You guys really have some funny energy. Not even gonna... I know you guys can see my ring light, but I need that on in order for it to focus better once these are up here. And as you can see, it's really particular with its focusing. Stop looking past over here. Just focus on this. But yes, that is the fluorite. You guys are impulsive and distracted. Then we have our titanium quartz. People. You just want to be all up in people's faces in order to shine your best, obviously. Some Leo energy popping out with this one. I like how I'm just like talking about these energies here, and for some reason, I don't know why, but we're gonna throw this right at you guys so you can see the pink on the top for some reason. I don't know why, but some of you're just gonna feel the pink. So there's the pink. Pretends to be able to see. Well, maybe that's why I was saying different energies for them, so you guys could, on podcast mode, could know what you're being pulled to with energy. But, so green moonstone obviously is green and it is moonstone. Lepidolite is a sphere and it has a, what can I call this? What kind of it's kind of like, it's like a pink purple with little shimmers and whites through it. It is actually very shimmery. I'm over here rolling it around as I'm talking about it. But yeah, that's the second one. And There are obviously rainbows. I'm using the fluorite cube if you guys have already seen that one, but there are rainbows all in it. It is mainly purple, but it does have green banding in it, so it's purple and green kind of energy. And then the titanium quartz is extremely shiny. It is blue, gold, and pink. For some reason, I was really pulled to show the pink, and it's all aura-y because that's what titanium quartz is. That's why it's so shiny and all that stuff. So, those are the crystals to pick from. Let's see. You guys can hear me getting out the singing triangle. So let's do the singing triangle meditation for you guys, because even in podcast mode you guys can hear that. Okay. Okay, so let's get this started. Green moonstone getting announced over here. Just stick you guys over here. Oh, maybe I should do it this way. You guys over here. Okay. So, our first green moonstone pile. Let's see what comes out for you guys, because like I said, I'm just going to read energies today, like straight up. Whatever comes out. I'm not going to say this card is for what or whatever. This is straight up what you guys are getting. So let's see. First deck for Green Moonstone is Lightworkers Oracle. Work Your Light, I think, is the actual name over here, like the Lightworkers. Let's see what starts coming out for you guys. Oh, just throw it out at me. Okay. So first is, these all fell out together. There's 3 of them. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. Now, this is in this reversal energy. This is trying to say, because we're reading about energy we're coming from, trying to understand some gifts here. This is saying, for some of you, what's happening is you're actually not trying to align with this past energy. It's almost like you're breaking free of it. It's not like because some of it, obviously, we are trying to sometimes mold it better during this lifetime. But I feel like this group, something was done and now you're moving into new energy for this one. You're not meant to completely like carry this with you. It's going to teach you some things and tools you need to move forward. But this isn't the energy of this time for you, no matter what happened. Even if you grew up in this, it's like not what you're meant to stay in. And, well, we get take a break reversed over here. It's telling you guys, it says on this card, get off the treadmill. I feel like this right here is really talking about kinetic energy. I don't know why these are coming out, but I'm going to be explaining things. This is talking about kinetic energy with you guys, like how movement is actually very inducive to how your gifts present themselves. Like the more you actually do with your body instead of being lazy and things like that, actually activates your gifts more. It's almost like stillness doesn't really accentuate your gifts that much. It might help you when you need to calm energy, but it's not how you really find your gifts, is through stillness. Then we have the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open is happening for you, not to you. This energy is obviously, like I said, you guys have been through shit, whether it was past or current now, this time, early on. That's not supposed to stay with you. That doesn't work with what you're trying to do, because that was happening for you to understand things. It wasn't a punishment, so you're meant to actually leave that energy, which is probably why kinetic came out. It's like that movement, like you need to move away from that energy and go into what's waiting for you, because it pretty much like broke you open. And I feel like for some of you it actually broke what was making that energy linger on when you went through these things. And then we have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. So for some of you, it's just like literally you have this energy, because this is South Node energy. Like you just have this energy. Because I feel like beauty can go for quite a few things. It could actually be in the beauty industry, where you're doing stuff in the beauty industry, and it's like a natural gift that comes with this. For some, it's going to literally be your spiritual path that you walk. It's going to be being able to be a teacher to people, whether that is in the actual education system, or it's a different type of teacher, a mentor, just different things like that. Especially with it being a sisterhood and having two rose energies here, because you have the ever unfolding rose and Sisterhood of the Rose. This rose energy is really, especially since these roses are just full on blossoming. I don't know why, but I keep saying that word last night. Okay, Hana, for this group, if it ties to you, I really feel like the blossoming energy and the work you're having to do, it's like you're combining this together in order to find your gifts, in order to find that light and that favor that was bestowed upon you because of what you previously went to. Like this lifetime, or this life, if you don't believe that, if you had a rough life, it's like it's going to be bestowed upon you to be able to follow these things. Then we have bottom of the deck energy is literally saying starseed, so whoever has that energy and feels that way, but it's like what lights you up, and it's reversed. This really speaks to being able to dive into the darkness. Since this is reversed, this is being able to use this energy to understand any pain you've gone through and being able to really pull that out and use it in this sense, while at the same time breaking yourself from it, because you're not meant to just carry it with you. So let's see, going into the Oracle of Hidden Worlds. Let's see what comes out here. This is the decks I used, that I got pulled to for myself last night. So you guys are gonna be seeing what I mean by these energies. Let's see. Oh, okay, you people. This was one of my cards last night. The Secret of Camelot, the Authority of Spirit. Already talked about this last row up here, having that mystic priestess energy, like naturally like coming into this. But it's like, I feel for a lot of people possibly that picked this energy, it was something that was either hidden from you while young, or if you had it, you had to suppress it. It wasn't something that was really nurtured in the best sense. Especially your crown energy, like your actual connection to spirit, because mine is like lighting up like a fucking light bulb and burning and just all over the top of my head, like there's stuff pricking at it. So that's definitely getting activated. Okay. People, this group is definitely connected to me. Who picked this group? Because the Gathering was one of my cards too. Community, kinship, and companionship. I don't know who picked this group, but you're kind of part of my whatever this group is talking about. Because I literally got this too. This, when it came out for me, was dealing with gifts that I had, which is interesting. It is a master number 33. It is the great bringer of community, of love, creation, just having that. And that's literally what this energy is community. All these people are together, like sending off wishes for the wishes to come back. Very beautiful intentions. Sacred journey, introversion, seeker, self-knowledge. Easily can see that with this, because having to go through being able to remove yourself from an energy through going through this and seeking the knowledge, which is very Sagittarius energy, like really trying to understand it, obviously is going to bring that out for you. This, I feel, is just complete irony after what I was saying. Kindred spirits, spirit companions, guides, and comfort. Your guys' energy with this pile, obviously, like I said, you guys have a connection, whether it was something that was really closed off when you were younger. It is really trying to be activated right now, and it's like this is like wanting connection. Either that, or it's happening for you and it's like, I don't understand what's happening. It's literally your connections opening up right now. So let's see. Two of Cups. This right here with this Secret of Camelot, obviously you're connecting to people this lifetime. I keep thinking of that freaking round table, like, you know, having your people that believe in you, and all these cards are trying to jump out at me while I'm saying things and they're going back. But it's like having your people around you, and fine, okay? Some things weren't fair, obviously. This is coming out on this alignment energy and being able to move forward. There was a lot of imbalance in certain relationships, even if there was nothing but good intentions. This kind of led to seeking this for security this time, and that's what's happening, is needing that feeling for security in the people you're meeting, in the relationships you're creating, in order to regain that balance, because it wasn't ill intentions before. It's kind of making me think of how things didn't happen to you as a punishment. It was helping you grow for now. Then we have Nine of Cups reversed. Like I said, this is so... Okay, this is just going to be complete things happening over and over today, I can tell. As I was saying, it feels like the group is coming together and being so tied that they are setting a wish into motion because of how their intentions are. We get the Nine of Cups reversed, which would be wish fulfillment. But it's almost like this kind of thing is like you're moving on from something that didn't work, that was supposed to be a complete thing in a past. It's like you're using this time to find the people that help you kind of finally break the cycle and start something new in this lifetime, or if it's not lifetime, like I was saying, however you believe, it is this time in your life, breaking away and having this energy. Which is, these people are helping you fulfill this wish that didn't happen before. Like, that's why having these people is very important in your life, because it's helping break the cycle. Okay. Quick talk. Okay. Things completely fell apart last lifetime because you're dealing with such rushed energy, needing to understand truth very quick. Understanding it brought a lot of celebrating, but also led to you closing certain things off, which actually was that teacher role, and now having to start over with new things and find that balance. So possibly something that led last time, like I said, it didn't seem like bad intentions, but it was just a miscommunication that offset balance before and stopped a dream from coming to fruition because of how things fell apart, and then being brought up to this moment where it's like, hey, things are starting to make sense. We're balancing these things out. Yeah, because having this, the Magus, the Magician, reversed over here, this is finding a lot of internal talents, things that possibly got buried because of this energy, and by allowing yourself to break from it, it's pretty much breaking this energy right here. Like I was saying, this is coming in trying to even these things out, and kind of change the energy this time. It's like you're not meant to live this energy again. So that's why this is the sacred journey energy as well, because it's needing to get pulled out. And one of your main things, especially from learning that this is happening for you and not to you as a punishment, is being able to move on from the pain. Obviously, it's easier said than done. This was very painful energy. It's almost like a betrayal from people that wouldn't betray you. But it's not like it was malicious, which makes it even more painful. It was like something that was a mistake. And yeah, because even this bottom of the deck, this King of Cups energy is like, it was good intentions. There wasn't any ill will meant by it. But it just ruined things. And it's being rebuilt this time to where there's emotional security. You don't feel like the need to fly away and like get away thinking things are going to turn out the same. It's learning that balance and that security now, so that you can unlock these things and use them to your advantage, even though you're not meant to do the same thing. But you're definitely coming out more confident and allowing your creativity more this time. It could have been stifled last time. The lower world. This actually jumped out at me while I was shuffling earlier. So obviously connection. Like I said, this is a very crown chakra heavy group here. You guys probably are feeling like this is really fucking scary, because look at all this darkness right here. Plus, you guys have that natural tendency to just dive into darkness very easily anyways. So this obviously is going to be a lot of hard work. You need to build a foundation in creating safety and being able to move still when these things happen. Once again, going to come from your people, learning from them, and also teaching, because you learn when you teach. We have... Okay, how many times are we going to see gathering? This is the gatherer, the gathering. That's freaking Camelot energy. So now we have the gatherer coming out with our shaman energy. This is the shaman oracle. So lower world, the gatherer probably naturally walk around with spirits around you all the time, and coming to realize that right now is probably kind of freaky, but it's something you're naturally tuned into for those of you that are like kind of like, what the hell's going on right now? I keep looking at these pumpkins. I don't know why. I'm just like staring at them, and it's making me feel like literally like some of this stuff is really spooking you out, like Halloween spook out kind of energy. But also this is having to do with the fall and being, I don't know why I'm thinking of the pumpkin lattes, because I don't get them, but it's almost like people needing comfort, but also needing something that's in season that brings the comfort, like the moon phases bringing comfort, different things that just go through seasons. Up here, literally on this card that I was talking about with the treadmill, it was saying life's work, not seasons. But literally, I feel like that's reversed. Seasons are very important for this group. It's how you work through certain blockages is certain seasons. It wouldn't surprise me if some major blockages that you have come from experiences that happened in the autumn times. And you probably just don't even know it. You probably have somatic memory that happens around autumn, sometime in autumn, and then it's like it starts clearing up a little once it gets into winter and spring times. But it's like you feel it really heavy like towards the end of summer and autumn. So this circle came out with me too. So we got the circle. This is, if you want to think about some tarot, this is the Wheel and Tarot. But this is a whole lot more than that. This is, like I said for you guys, seasons, phases, everything is like very important to this group. For those of you that haven't looked into certain seasonal phases, moon phases, planetary things, it's like for some reason like there's just all this energy of phase for you guys and seasons and needing to know these things, or either you know these things naturally and you don't realize it, like you get pulled to do certain things at certain times, but you never thought to write it down and see what it does. And I think that's a major thing here, is being able to pretty much gather this energy from every which place you're getting it and being able to like write it so that you're able to have it somewhere to refer to instead of just letting it float off again. It's like needing to understand the seasons of how your spirit works, and coming into alignment with that. It's like the spirit this time right now, not like any kind of other pressured energies on you. The Jaguar, you guys have a lot of protection. If you guys were wondering if you were in good hands, yes, you are. This freaking State Farm commercial over here. But once again, we have a moon coming out for you guys. Probably heavily aspected moons in your chart, or just moons that really get affected by phases like full moons and new moons, if you have that energy in your chart. This right here is like big time protection, because this Jaguar is not playing around. He's looking and making sure that nothing's going to be happening to what he's watching over. And you have these other cards with spirit companions, guides, comfort, like all these different things that you have, even having that Two of Cups energy. The Beloved. This card is literally like being protected by love as well. So not only are you protected by this very, like, it's not overbearing to you, but if people like try to go against you, it is suffocating to them. It might possibly make them not be able to talk about you. But also the beloved is like this very like I was saying earlier, that Hana energy is like that favored grace energy that just envelops over you. It tries to protect you from things, and now it's trying to grant you things that perhaps were denied to you, to show you that that's not what's meant to happen. Things are changing. So let's see what these goddesses, what they have to say. If you feel pulled to anything that comes out, or you've been seeing the name or something like it, or it just hits you funny, go research it. It either has a story for you or a connection, or possibly it's just one of them wants to work with you. So let's see. First thing we have out is Rhea with Flow. Which is very interesting with all of this lower world energy, Two of Cups. It's like things are meant to just naturally go for you guys. Once again, it's making me think of these phases and seasons. But it's natural for you guys to be very in tune at certain times of the year. And then it kind of like pulls away, so it might feel like you're very lonely at some times, even though they're constantly like watching like literal like jaguars over you. It just feels a little more disconnected. That doesn't mean you've fallen out of favor. It doesn't mean you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's just a natural thing that gives you rest. This isn't anything against you. Like I said, it's not happening to you, it's for you. It's like anything that happens, you just need to allow yourself to be more comfortable. Because this seasonal phase like energy, I'm pretty sure if you started keeping calendars of it when certain things happen and looked at certain either planetary movements or phases and what energies they have, it would start making sense instead of you like having the distress or the anxiety. So, and then we have Hecate, the in-between. I know there's so many different ways you can say this name, but I know from what I understand with her, she is pretty much like the goddess of people that are really tied to witchcraft and things like that. She's pretty much seen as the beacon for them. So for those of you that really connect to this, or possibly if you've been hearing the name and you're just like, I don't know if I should look into it, this might be confirmation to look into it. This card also says the in-between, which I feel is what's happening for a lot of you guys. Is you're right in the middle, you're in the precipice of everything where you're learning this. This is why it's really telling you guys like this is what's happening. And her crown chakra is like this big ass beacon, if I'm going to say something. And earlier, like I was saying, my crown felt like, I mean, it still does, but the hot heat, the tingles, the like there's just a thing over my head. It's like a strange thing, but it's like just a constant heat, and that's all it is like the top of my head. It doesn't go anywhere except right there, so I know it's not third eye or anything. It's literal crown energy. So that might mean you guys actually have third eye blockages that it's trying to work its way down through if it's only sitting there. You have Yi, the sun. She is gorgeous. For those of you that are on podcast, she literally, this is like tribal African energy. The halo around her, this golden aura, once again this crown energy, but she also seems very regal. She's just literally all gold. It's like she's shimmering gold, like she's a golden statue, but you can tell she's very much alive and surrounded by all the energies. This is like very like vibrant energy. This energy is connecting to your people. This is connecting to these wishes and working through things. This is really like just really beautiful energy, but it's learning the circle. It's learning the phases that brings out this energy. When you need stillness and when you need movement is very important for this group, because for you guys that connect to her, this is that like your gifts come out in movement. Like you need movement for this. For some of you, it's, I keep hearing dance over and over. So for some of you, it's dance. But literally this energy is like, let the movement happen. Yes, there's going to be some times, just like how the sun like moves away from certain parts of the earth and like nighttime appears for some parts of the earth, it's way less or way more than others. It's like knowing what your phase is like that. So that's really understanding yourself. And then we have Hera, for those of you that are feeling that pull, but this is alliance. Okay, so we have the gathering, the gatherer, alliance. We're just gonna keep pulling out that this group needs people. You have guides. You have the things, okay? Like, you're meant to have the things during this lifetime, or this period of your life at this moment. So obviously, if you felt pulled to that energy, once again, we have some golden energy, but we also have peacock energy mixing in here for those of you that have had peacock stuff. Also snake, because we have snake patterns as well. But definitely a lot of gold. Very regal energy. So any of those things that you've been feeling really tied to with that, that's a direct message from intuition. And then we have Istar, communion. For those of you, once again, amazing light up on this crown chakra over here. And this actually looks like what I was feeling, so some of you definitely have this connection, because it looks like the weird spiky tingly things that are happening on the top of my head. But so for some of you, literally it's this, and this is communion. This is another, she also has that beloved color to her card as well, like this beautiful orange red energy with this gold. She is also wearing keys. She is wearing bones. She has a lot with her right now, but it's almost like I feel like I'm at war with her compared to any other car. I really hope nothing's happened with cars with you guys. We are going into Mercury retrograde. Make sure your cars are in good shape. That's very random. But with this card, it's like really tying into that energy and that protection that comes from love. And it actually has the same energy, because the beloved card is actually 5 energy, and this Istar is 23, which goes to 5 energy. So for some of you, it's literally a direct connection between communion and this energy of love that protects you. It's like your own connection to this energy. It's very personal. And you know what you need to do, like what to give back. You just have to naturally follow it. So if you're feeling really pulled to that, you might want to look her up. But that is what I'm seeing for my green moonstone. So I'm also going to read what green moonstone has going on for it over here. It helps balance our emotions. It's calming and reflective. It helps us to go with the flow. There's literally the flow card up here. It brings us flashes of insight, stimulates our self-confidence and composure, also known as the Stone of the Goddess, and helps us tap into that feminine earth energy. It balances oversensitivity to situations and relieves stress. It brings out the feminine side rather than relying solely on our intellectual reasoning. And it helps us to become aware of our subconscious, intuitive feelings, and emotions. Traditional links to the moon and all feminine values. Good for us to connect with medicine of the earth and the moon. enhances psychic abilities, develops skill of clairvoyance. So literally that could be what's happening for some of you is clairvoyance. Like that is the clear seeing, which means the visions. So that can happen dreaming, where you actually have dreams that are really aligning with things that are happening. Or it can be literal, like you might see flashes of things, deja vu. Or kind of like I was telling you guys, I get flashes of number, I guess people call it behind your third eye. I don't know, but it's like I'll see flashes of numbers. I'll see words, like I told you guys, flashes of people, just things like that. I don't know if that's what people mean by clear seeing or clairvoyance, but I mean that's what happens to me. I don't know what happens for everybody or how it works, but maybe that's for some of you guys. It helps us to appreciate the never-ending cycles of life and to better understand that each end comes to fruition, so a new beginning takes place. So yeah, we're just going to talk about the cycles again for you guys. But that is my green moonstones. Now we're going to move into the energy of our lepidolites, the sphere, the second energy, if you felt pulled to the second energy, however that fits for you, even my podcasters. So whatever feeling you had from that one. Also, that was the energy that was being very stubborn and not wanting to work with me on camera and even trying to jump out of my hand. So you guys, if you connect with that energy as well. However it sits for you guys. I'm just doing an all-encompassing thing today with all of this. Also, have any of you guys ever started just randomly noticing little things that you do that it's almost like little repetitions? I don't know if this is just me getting analytical with all this energy, with my North Node being activated and seeing little things and everything, having fun with my my Virgo things I have, but I've been noticing little things I do, like the way I will tap certain things, even with you guys. I was talking to Owen earlier and realized that I shuffled the shame. I shuffle the shame away. I shuffle the same for everything, all of my decks, because nothing against how anyone does cards. Like I just talk how I feel, my opinions and things. You do whatever you want, but it's just my own thing where I don't like doing the bridge shuffle like you do with playing cards, because I mean I can do that very well, but I don't feel comfortable doing that with any of my cards. I don't even like bending them at all. Like I don't like seeing a bend to my cards, and it's just how I've always been, because like I said, my very first deck that I got, like, God, what was it, like 8 or 10 years ago or something, that was gifted to me, my little angel deck. I don't know why this is important for my lepidolite pile, but we're already talking about your energy, so we're going to talk about it. My lepidolites obviously have interest in weird little idiosyncrasies, but healing with the Angels Oracle cards. I don't know what part of that you guys need to hear, but this was the first deck I got. It was gifted to me, and I have always shuffled the same way, where I don't want anything bent. They still look exactly the same. Why do I need to? Okay, fine. Like I said, I'm just going with the stuff today. If you guys look at these, as I've said, I've used them a lot. They still look exactly the same as if you would have just pulled them out, because of, I have a certain thing with my stuff, like when it's this stuff. And for those of you that feel that way, that's for you. Whatever that has to do with anything with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's see what's going on with you guys. All of this talent energy, all of this all over the place energy. I feel like you guys have scattered talents, and that's why you can't really understand what's really going on with yours. Okay, Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So you guys, whether it is your ancestors right now, like your bloodline, or however you feel you came, like you guys obviously have some ancient energy with you at all times. So anytime you are feeling alone, that's you guys got some ancient energy sitting around you. It's not like some no one's run of the mill, obviously. All of them are extremely helpful in their own ways, and we have them for their reasons. But this is like some heavy energy you guys sit with literally all the time. It's just like a sitting energy for you guys. There is no initiation. You guys were just born with this. Obviously, we're talking about Ketu energy. This is South Node energy. And it's the initiation. It's reversed. So that's why I was saying there was literally no rite of passage you had to go through or anything you had to cross. This was literally energy you were born in. It's pretty much like you were born breathing this. Possibly knowing it from birth that you had this, that you were not alone at all. It's just that even if you would feel alone, you always had that like inner feeling that you knew you weren't completely, like you might have physically felt it, but not like all the way to your core. And right now you guys are getting some awakening happening. This stuff is coming out full force. That's why, I'll read Lepetolite after this, but I do know some of its properties. I'm not going to talk about it yet. But the card Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. You guys literally are waking up to some of these gifts right now. Especially if you've been feeling this heavy energy, it's like saying, hey, like you need to understand it a little better. You need to research it. Possibly whatever comes out later will tell you what you need to research. But just keep in mind this group is being told they need to look into this energy so you understand it. For you guys, there's been certain things happening to you to kick your ass. Because the ever-unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to use reversed. You guys have already been cracked open. Like, you were born cracked open. It's not like you had to wait to be cracked open, like, which is like this energy right here. So literally, this heavy energy that you feel, and as it gets heavier, it's like, yes, you need to do this. It's not like trying to comfort you. It's more like it's coming in like, what the hell are you waiting for? Obviously, these ancient people have been waiting a long time. They don't feel like, they don't have a lot of patience. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This is reversed. You guys can't dim if you want to, and that's the whole thing. And that's probably why certain things have happened to you throughout your life, is because other people easily saw everything like on you, like all your stuff, all your talents, everything. They could see, even if you couldn't, even if something for some reason was blocking you, which I feel like it was. Since you're awakening to some stuff now, it's probably why things have been getting smacked in your face. You never could dim to other people. So you either got very awesome reactions out of people, or you got very negative reactions out of people from birth. Literally. It's just how it was for you. There was no in between for you. It was very polarizing. So it wasn't necessarily like you were ever dimming your light. Your light is just there like a freaking beacon from hell. But it obviously blessing and curse, because it's not like you fully understood it exactly at birth. You understood some things that were very deep down in there, but you didn't understand enough to know what was going on around you. Next energy we are pulling out over here our, I almost call it our Camelot. I swear if you guys get Camelot too, I don't even know what to think. But the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds is what we're going to talk about next. So we're going to see returning home, transition, life between lifetimes, loving welcome. Okay, as much as they're impatient, they will welcome you with open arms. Don't feel like they're kicking you out. But this is master number 44. This is like heavy, over the top energy. This is Uranus energy mixed in with Saturn energy. Obviously I can see why you guys are awakening, because that is squaring energy. This is challenging energy. Like I said, this cracked open. You guys have been cracked open. You were born cracked open. This is literally kicking your ass right now. This square specifically in your chart is kicking your ass no matter what other aspects it's hitting, between Uranus and Mars and Saturn and Jupiter. Like all of them squaring back and forth. It's like you're feeling this energy very hard. You need to use it to build right now. That's why you're getting all this information. It's why you're learning this integration energy. You're bringing it. You need to welcome it home instead of being like, I don't know what's going on kind of thing. It's like, no, you're not going to be able to sit there and do that. This group is like getting that kick in the ass right now. Your people been sitting there waiting long enough. Spirit of spring, freedom, action, power. It's almost like they just stopped. They're like, do I need to explain this? Like they... You guys are getting some tongue today. Like, obviously, this energy is creation. This is also creating foundation, like I was saying from the other one, the hard work. But this is a lot of introspection. This is understanding nature. This is understanding your nature. And finally, like, you're awakening to your light, basically. Because there is actually light gathering in this picture at the heart center. So some of this might have been dimmed because of certain relationships and you closing off your heart. But it's like you needing to open it now. It's like you're bringing your energy back. And I feel like this returning home is you learning to call your energy back to you. You've probably not severed a lot of cords that are just draining you dry right now. Like, literally, I feel like I need a drink of water. And there's blue in that card too. There's expression needed. And then we get Oracle, Sacred Living, Spirit Speaking, and Viciousness. Intervention. So yeah, like I was saying, they are stepping in. They are tired of waiting. There's an intervention, almost like you're an alcoholic. Running from your responsibilities. But it's like they're coming in right now and they're literally talking to you guys. Clairaudience for this group. Clear hearing. Like, no, you are not crazy. They are literally telling your ass what to do. Because they are tired of waiting right now. You probably wake up and hear shit and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, literally, that's the awakening. You wake up to them being like, hey, so this is how today's going, and you're just kind of like along for the ride right now. Healing the earth, love, humility, respect. This group, and this is intuition right here. This is almost, I feel like this humility is almost feeling like you've been humiliated this lifetime. That's why that heart closed off. This is learning to heal it. You are, okay, I'm just going to say it this way because it's weird. You are a planet. This is my analogy, guys, that's coming through. You're a planet and you need healing, just like Earth. You need resources. You need things given back. Like I was saying, take your power back. Intuitively, you know how to do this. And if you don't, it's being yelled at you. So you need to listen before it gets louder. Because I can promise you when it gets louder, it's literally yelling. So if you don't want to be jump scared, just letting you know that. But this is learning to have respect for yourself and not allowing others to cross these boundaries. You feel these things. You're probably clairsentient as well, where you can actually feel energies very easily, read rooms, all that stuff. Just like the same way that people can read your energy automatically, there's no way you can dim it. You do the exact same thing with other people. It's almost like a mirror effect, which is probably why it's so striking, is because they have to feel their own energy as well. Which obviously polarizes people. It makes people happy if they're in a good place with themselves and they're really learning themselves. For others that don't want it, obviously they're going to have that very polarizing hatred that they just inject like venom, which is probably why this closed off. First thing we have out, 9 of Wands, carrying things, 6 of Wands, but getting recognition for it. Welcoming home. Like, it's not like they're just being harsh on you. They're seeing all the shit you've been through, and they are still welcoming you home. They are trying to shower these gifts on you, the awakening energy. They're like, let us give this to you. And you're like, this is a lot of shit. And they're like, well, we've been waiting a while, so you're going to take all the shit at once. So in some aspects, it's like, they're definitely proud of you. In other aspects, it's like they're like literally loading you with shit. Then we get Page of Cups energy coming out here. So this new pull to try these things, it's like getting like different offerings and things like that kind of make you want to move forward. So I feel like what's happening for you guys, especially with your connection that's getting stronger, is as you follow it, you're getting little gifts along the way that really pique your interest and make you want to keep going in that direction. That's how you're being given confirmation that you're like along the right path, is that you keep getting little nuggets along the way, basically, where it's like, hey, I liked that, or it made me feel creative, or it made me feel more secure. It's just like you get little things along the way that are just kind of sprinkled, especially into your day-to-day. Then we have here on this card of freedom, which is very interesting. It's like getting your power and your freedom. And this thing where you weren't like, you didn't need like to cross any kind of threshold this lifetime. It was like or at this period in time, because you went through when you were younger. It's like you were born having this stuff. But like I was saying, very polarizing energies. I'm getting a very weird, it's like a pain thing. So with this relationship, or possibly what you had to learn from relationships that dealt with very close things, this could be very karmic. What came in here to help you like literally pull the power you needed. You probably got it very early on, since you came here with these things to help pull it out very quickly. This is like you don't have time to forget these energies. Like, you needed to open up to them very rapidly. So you had a lot of things, a lot of triggers that happened that really like tried to make you wake up to it. Like I was saying, this awakening thing. It was like a lot of things were just pushing it, like, no, you don't really have time to like dally around. It could have caused a whole lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, not just now, but I feel like there's been a lot of different times you guys have been like awakened, so to speak, throughout your life, and closed it back off again just because needing a break from it. Yeah, like I was saying, needing that balance, taking a break. But it's for yourself. It's like you learning to do these things for yourself. But also, that is a gift that you're getting right now, because you never had that. You never felt, you guys are so OCD. You're trying to make it to where you're balancing things out, but you're starting to feel the balance by walking away from pain and being empowered by it. This also is coming out with this intervention energy. So obviously you had some pushes along the way that shoved you literally in certain directions. Probably have either yods or yod type energy in your chart where you were literally just thrown in certain directions doing something. Especially if you ever had times in your life when you were on your own. Ten of Swords, like I was saying, anxiety. A lot of pain and anxiety that was gone through. But this is completed. Like, literally, this is saying it's completed. Whatever this was meant to, like, wake up certain shit, it's done. I don't know why that's such a big thing. It's done. But whatever certain situation this was, it's done. It did its job. You guys are where you're supposed to be right now. Just being very straightforward with that card. That's all they're saying with it. That's it. And then you have Five of Swords energy. Whatever you came from and decided to, like, work yourself out of to just be your own. This energy, it's like you realize, like, this whole thing over here that you learned to get away from very quickly and open yourself up to what you naturally have, was a complete lose-lose. There was no winning in it whatsoever, what you got away from. So do not have any kind of, I mean, obviously you can process emotions. I'm not saying shut stuff off, but don't feel guilty about anything that happens when you walk away from situations. Don't feel like it is your fault if people make certain choices. You are not here to help people make choices. You are here to heal yourself. And as you heal yourself, that's when things start flowing naturally for you, and that's when you start creating things properly. But as it is, it's like, here guys are so, like I said, heavy presence from the first card. It really wouldn't surprise me if they do yell at you. This energy, they give you a lot of recognition. Like I say, they really scatter rewards pretty much. Like, instead of crumbs along the trail, they literally, like, drop blessings on you along the trail if you're going the right way. So that's kind of your cue if you want to know that as well. I feel like they want me to read this card to you, so I'm actually going to wait to say anything about that card. I'm actually going to read it out of the book for you guys, which is interesting. We have lightning. What I just heard is lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, but that doesn't apply to you guys. This is making me think of Jupiter. This, and I mentioned Jupiter earlier. Okay. I just realized that clicked. I mentioned it earlier how that aspect is really big for you guys. Jupiter being in Aquarius is a big thing. Yes, lightning will strike the same place twice, but that's dealing with blessings. That's, like I was saying, that's how you guys know you're doing the right thing, is you're getting struck by certain things that it's like, wait, this is still very good for me. It's like getting that energy. And that's why I feel like it's a challenge with Uranus right now, because you're being pulled to do some things that are like so freaking weird that there's not really things written anywhere for this crap, because this is something you came here knowing. It's like it's hard for you to research shit. It's like, how am I supposed to understand this when it's literally me? Like, it's a very weird feeling, but it's like trying to piece things together. Because things keep happening. It just keeps happening. It's striking more than once, which I feel is that awakening thing. You got two that came out together. You have wind, freaking Aquarius energy with those transits, literally wind, and the smoky mirror. I literally said you guys are mirrors for people. And that's why you're so polarizing. You're so freaking reflective. And it's the smoky mirror, which I feel has quite a few things going with it here. It's almost like For one, Smokey's making me think of shadows. You guys easily reflect other people's shadows back to them. They do not like it. Also, you very easily see what you need to do within you. It's like an instant reflection. It brings up also if you guys do either candle work or smoke work, I feel like you guys could see visions that way. If you haven't tried it, I don't know where that's coming from. But also scrying with mirrors, that is not something I want to touch. I don't know why, but I'm like afraid of doing that stuff with mirrors. But for some of you, maybe that's something you want to do, or it's something you actually do. But that was a thing right there. It could be like, this is all coming under the awakening card, these random things that are coming out. Like, obviously the I wanted to say the communion with spirits, but this is like the communication with spirits. Obviously communion is happening between these two cards. I feel like you guys could use divination a whole lot for yourselves. Aquarius energy, astrology, things like that go with Uranus, the higher mind. There's just so much energy coming out with this. It's like gifts, and it's like they don't stop. They keep striking it, and you have to speak. It's like you have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's so much blue with each strike that it's like you have to speak up. You have to say something. Which is really interesting because, I mean, just freaking spirits yelling in your ears, and then it's like you have to talk also. And then the council. So this is really interesting because I was actually wondering, I'm like, this group has been all about just straight up them. Like the last group, there was a lot of like gathering, community, all that kind of stuff, right? This group has been so like pinpoint you needing to do something that even this council here is like your own personal council. Your council with your guidance, like their heavy presence, tapping into it. This is the number 11 master number, that spirituality, that intuition. This is literally like you guys are like your council here. It's like you're getting like the things going here. Like I said, you're this smoky mirror thing. You can divine your own shit. If you've been wondering if you can do that or if you can trust it, this is a straightforward yes. The lower world, let's just talk about that. Like I was saying, you guys are connected, okay? You have the smoky mirror. Also, like I was saying, this darkness that, I mean, it might even be that you don't even realize that subconsciously you might say things and do things that literally trigger other people, like, and make them see things in themselves they really don't like a thing that they buried, and you don't even realize it because, I mean, it's coming from your own counsel here. It's not like you heard it anywhere. It's just like, and they start freaking out, like, where'd you hear that? Like, who told you that? And it's like, no one told you anything. You're just talking. This is literally your connection and your communication. So I'm going to read this first card since we went through these. For some reason, that one really wants to be read. So we have Pachamama, and this represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia. Wow, okay guys, that's why she wants to come make her presence known here. I feel like I'm getting called out now. Who pervades all creation in our planet. Thanks to Gaia, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological way. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on Earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of her. You are a child of the Earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. She invites you to relish each breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Let her know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the ocean. You still believe, and this is medicine in case you guys need it, you still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive and thrive. It is time to stop suffering, let go of that old myth, and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Gaia. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. So I got chills the whole time I was reading that to you guys. But we still have the the goddesses cards to put with this. And hi Gloria. If you read what I wrote up there, these readings, I'm telling you, I'm doing pick-a-cards to see however you feel, whether you feel past life or only in this life and whatever. It's like either it's past life energy or what happened to you early in childhood till this point, like what it adds up to. But this is basically your gifts and talents that come from Ketu, your relationships, your connections, what you can do to break anything that's holding you back from accessing them to use them, and possibly anything that you can connect to energy-wise, or if you want to work with some kind of energy, that will just come straight out and tell you, hey, here. And that was kind of what that last thing happened was. But now we're going to do that with the goddess energy and see what wants to come out over here. Okay, so we got Rhea again. Rhea is just happy to flow out onto us. It just grace us with her presence today. So let's see. I'm telling you, Rhea just wants to chill with everybody today. She's like, everybody just kind of flow with me. We have Spider Woman co-creation, and you guys might be seeing crows. I don't know why I spit like that. If anyone has Jewish superstition or spitting after things are bad, I don't know if you do that too, but it was like one of those spits. But Spider Woman co-creation, this is weaving webs, this is weaving destiny, really being in that energy. This is like very big security in your crown chakra connection, because it's almost like you are grounded in the fact that you're so connected to this heavy energy. That's why it's like every time you're hearing you need to ground yourself, you're like, what the hell? And my cat's screaming right now. But it's like every time you're told you need to ground yourself, you're kind of thinking, what the hell? How do I do that? But in reality, it's like you're actually so connected that you're grounded, and it would actually help you if you just tapped in and listened more. Like that would actually ground you, which is very like opposite, because it's literally the polar opposite chakras from the base to the crown. But that's actually oh my gosh, Owen, did you pick this pile? You picked this pile, didn't you? Look at this. Look at what just flipped out. Oh wait, you can't see it, you're in podcasts. Saraswati Mastery. She flipped out of the deck. She literally like jumped over. The card that I sent to you telling you that I didn't know she was in this deck last night, she just jumped out on all of this awakening energy and coming out with gifts. The lightning striking. Holy crap, Owen. Like, holy crap. The mirror, like everything. Holy crap. That is such a big connection, and bringing power and just being able to work through. Holy crap, dude. Dang. Oh, and another pop. We have Yuki Onna, Stillness. for you guys. Like I was saying, this connection literally comes when you allow yourself to be still with them. This is also coming out with this smoky mirror energy. Jeez. And the spirits yell. If you allow yourself to be still, they start yelling at you. Like, no joke. If you don't have interruptions happening, they start yelling, which is, like, sometimes very misinterpreted. You're just over here like, what the... But she's over here in all this blue. We have Saraswati complete gold and red, and then Yuki Ono with this beautiful icy blue energy. This connection over here is literally like blue going with them yelling at you. It's very strong. It's going with the council energy. Like I said, you're your own council. You need to listen to yourself. Stillness. This is some energy right here. And we have Azumi, humor, laughter, joy, all the stuff that she brings. She is just like, she's literally laughing in this picture. Like, such a beautiful smile and laugh. So joy literally brings you guys so much healing. Just having fun and laughing and talking about that laughter, that brings you right back to your grounded energy. And that's when they're most connected to you, is when you're having fun. And then we have Skuld, which is spelled Skuld, this goddess, and it says the future, which is very interesting because Aquarius energy, like I was saying with those aspects, is like looking to the future and innovating and doing these things. But having this energy of co-creation and mastery and flow, it's like this naturally comes to you to do these innovative things, and that's why you always feel like you're getting yelled at, because it's like you need to do this. Like I was saying, it feels like you have Yod energy in your chart, or you actually have one, or there's going to be a lot of transiting ones hitting your chart. Because at some point, I think towards the middle of the year, there's actually going to be a transiting Yod hitting everyone's chart. So there's going to be something everyone's pulled to do. That's going to be a collective pull. I can't remember what it is. I need to find out what it is. I'm trying to remember what it is. Holy crap. I just did this last night and I can't remember. I'll look it up and tell you guys. But it's a very specific Yod that is literally happening from transits in everyone's chart at the same time. So let's read Lepidolite, the spear, and see what's going on with you guys. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember, but you had a card that literally said transition on it, and the first word here is transition. So we have transition, awareness, emotional balance, meditation, prayer, goodness. This is a stone of transition. It assists in the release of reorganization of old behavior. It assists in the release and reorganization of old behavior and psychological patterns, gently inducing change. It brings deep emotional healing, soothing, and reducing stress and depression. Dissipates negativity and insists on being used for the highest good. Activates the throat, heart, third eye, and intellect. It opens the crown, clearing blockages and bringing cosmic awareness. We're just going to mention everything. Facilitates astral travel. If you guys have looked into Akashic Records, I don't know if you have, but that's literally in here if you guys want to do that. Take forward to go forward into the future, tuning into thoughts and feelings from other lives that are creating a blockage in your life now. Well, for those of you that connect to past lives, that was a direct throw in your face. Aids in overcoming any kind of emotional or mental dependency, supporting the release of addictions and complaints of all kind, and for some reason it's saying in here specifically anorexia. Encourages independence and self-love and trust, combines the power of objectivity with direction and unimpeded communication, focusing on what is important and making it an excellent stone for business pursuits. Relieves exhaustion, aids in the relief of tension and related disorders, helps with allergies. Let's see, stabilizes mood swings, great for menopause, whoever that applies to. Great for bipolar disorders. For those of you that don't know, I actually have bipolar 2 disorder. I don't know why I'm randomly talking about this. Maybe it needs to be talked about. But I was actually diagnosed with bipolar 2 quite a while ago. And obviously there's bipolar 1, bipolar 2. Bipolar 2 is more of going through bouts of being extremely manic depressive instead of having the hypermania, which is very up and bubbly all the time and doing the crazy things that bipolar has a stigma for. Because the thing is with the bipolar 1, it can become very grandiose and they do things because they're disillusioned and think they're bigger than the world, whereas bipolar 2, they're smaller than the world, or smaller than an ant, basically, because the depression is more prominent. They'll have random highs where it's like they can't stop laughing, they're very bubbly and happy, and it just seems like there's nothing wrong with them, or they just seem like they're on drugs because they are so happy and it doesn't seem natural, even if they're not even doing anything. But then they crash, and the manic depression lasts for a very long time. It can last like months, years, whatever it is, but it's like it's something that like really like weighs on you very heavy, like a blanket, and then you might go to a middle ground. It's like, but it's really depressed energy. It's not like that grandiose open energy. It's almost like you put everyone above. And the way it's diagnosed is actually having the hypermania episodes in between getting very manically depressed, even suicidal. But I don't know why I was talked about that with this group. But yeah, that is another tidbit about me. It can also come from PTSD and things like that, which I have plenty of, as well as it being an it is a chemical imbalance, but it can be passed genetically, which stuff like that does run in my family. It's connected to Alzheimer's and things like that. But yeah, that was a lot of information for this group. Dang, Owen, so you definitely got drawn to your pile if all that sat with you. I'm glad you overcame that, though. I'm proud of you for that. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to my fluorites. You guys, which was interesting, I don't know if you remembered or not, or if you weren't here, But the fluorite energy, literally, I picked it up and it wanted to be all up in the face of the camera. Like, just straight up really fast. This energy feels impatient. I'm already feeling the Mars energy with it, so I don't know particularly what Mars we're going to pull out of this, but we are definitely going to be getting something for this pile. Either you're going to be getting told to slow down or you're doing the right thing. I don't know what it's going to be, but you guys have some bounce off the wall energy with this fluorite. Oh, okay. Like I was saying, you guys have bounce off the wall energy. This is really weird because this doesn't... I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. You guys have weird, unexpected energy. You definitely have that conjunct Mars and Uranus doing something in your chart. You have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. You also have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. This is already mentioning that Aquarius energy. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. No, you guys are reversed. You're not supposed to be doing that right now. And then you have mirror, who or what is triggering you. That is reversed. You're not being triggered by people. People are being triggered by you right now. Yeah. Your energy is very straightforward. I am not going to lie. It's just straight up like, we're doing this. It's been orchestrated. You came here with it. You reflect back to people, and it's like, it's just, oh, I didn't even do the bottom of the deck. What's this bottom of the deck energy? Call in your soul family. You don't need to call in your damn soul family. It's already there. Quit thinking about it. If you're thinking about it, it's either like presently like on its way, or you're already meeting part of them and you're ignoring them because you're thinking they're still on the way. Like, you can get them at different times, guys. They don't all come in a bundle package. It's not like all of a sudden they sit on you and that's it. They come at periods in life. You already have some. You need to be grateful for the ones that are there, and the other ones are coming. Like, literally, this stuff is like happening. You're not meant to be hiding right now. You're meant to be going, like I was saying. So that's why this energy is there. You're meant to be moving with this. Bundle. Like, I can't help how this comes out, guys. But, you guys are part of this. You probably have the Aquarius, Saturn, like probably the Saturn return people. It wouldn't surprise me because you guys would be going through breaking the actual Aquarius foundations with your Saturn. That's your generational thing. That you literally are being born into this life with, if you're born with that Saturn return. This birthing new age just is constantly making me think of Aquarius energy. And obviously it's challenging because you're dealing with that Taurus energy pushing you. And it's like really rooting this. It's laying the foundations here. Then we have the Healing Temple, restoration, cure, and safety. Literally being told you're just straight up protected. Like, anything that happens, it's going to be taken care of. You're going to get anything back that you didn't get. This really makes me think of karma being evened out. Like, part of the stuff that's happened, it's getting either evened out right now that happened earlier in life, or if it's past lives, things are being rectified. Because, like, you're being made to move forward. Things were actually given to you earlier, especially with the soul family being reversed. You might have been born into having some of them and not even realize it. Like, they might come back at this time, people you forgot about that were actually part of it, and they went apart to do their growing, and they're going to come back completely different. And it's going to be like, wait, I already knew these people, and I thought I didn't have my people. It's going to be kind of like that energy, but then there's also going to be new energies coming in as well. So you guys are like, And then we have Angel Gate, cleansing, protection, and blessing. I'm telling you guys, like, don't worry about this. If you are being made to sit, You're not going to be sitting for long. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that. Because this blessing energy and this new birth energy and this divine energy, you guys have been definitely dealing with some divine energy coming in and doing shit in here. But this is really what they are doing, the cleansing and the stuff. You don't have to do this personally yourself, which is kind of weird because we're all told about self-care. Obviously, don't stop taking care of yourself. But there is something they're giving back. There's like blessings coming back that are evening things out. And that's why it's not like you have to retreat away. It's not like you have to run away and try to take care of these things. It's like you can be bold outright and keep doing stuff. They're doing stuff behind the scenes. And you already know you're a mirror. It's like you are not really triggered. It's like you're triggering other people by allowing things to happen right now. By being in this energy of feeling safe and knowing that things are going to happen as they need to. You are basically triggering people because a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. It's like, how can you be okay not knowing what's going to happen? And it's going to be very challenging for you guys. I mean, we got that square going on. And then we have Dawn Watcher, Caretaker, Guardian, Support. I'm telling you, this group over here, you guys, it's just literally coming out that you're just straight up, like, for one, for gifts. I know a lot of you probably be like, I don't really feel like this is a gift. The mirror thing, just reflecting shit back to people, is a gift. It's supposed to be healing for them as much as you're just like, what the fuck? That's why you're not supposed to like let yourself hide away. But at the same time, it's because you're part of this creating an age, which is looked at as a gift, which is why you're being granted all this protection and these blessings and stuff that come in very randomly and split. It's like it's just like what is happening right now. But you're always supported, even if it doesn't feel that way. But you're being made to listen to things. Oh my gosh. We have a full moon coming up. And you guys got full moon temple. So literally you have something literally happening very quickly. Celebration, peak, transcendent moment. This full moon, and as well as other full moons, I feel this year, especially eclipses, are going to be hitting you guys in more ways than one. On a very intuitive level, introspective level, as well as a very spiritual level. Possibly being more understanding of how things are going, flowing with things more, like I was saying. I mean, you have a lot of 9 energy here. This is really being in tune and understanding these things over here. It's like knowing that your people are already here. You just need to understand where your energy is in this and start taking on your role here, because you're taken care of. Ooh. 2 of Swords. Some decision making that needs to happen over here, guys. But for some reason, I feel like that's interesting. Okay, because we're looking at gifts here. Split communication. And being able to see the middle. This is like being able to see the gray area where people are so black and white because of the things you've experienced. It's almost like there's a very strong gray area that you actually can pinpoint and find the truth in when going through these things. That's part of the blessings as well. It's very big discernment here, and that's why you're literally given forks, literal forks in the road, like you can make this choice or this choice, because it's almost like they're trying to help you be very in tune with that intuition so you can pick up on things very quickly. That's why I feel like this is a lot of surrender in this pile, because there's so much safety and protection and like being taken care of here, that it's almost like you guys, the way you're bringing your gifts out is by allowing, it's almost like a channel. It's like making the choice to be a channel or not be a channel. It's a big decision, because one way you're really opening yourself up to things, and other ways you're just completely shutting it off. It's like you have to make a decision is the big thing with this group. That's how your gifts come through each decision that you make. And then we have, I was just saying this, Seven of Cups energy reverse, seeing completely through the illusion and the seeing straight through to what it actually is, what's going on, what you need to do. And this is more intuition with this Cups energy. It's just, you guys, they're really pushing this heavy intuition. High Priestess reversed here. They know there's certain parts of you blocked off right now that they're trying to kick in the high gear. Especially since this is cleansing, protection, and blessing energy right here. Birthing, new age energy. This High Priestess reversed is pretty much like it's being worked through whatever is happening currently right now. It's trying to like clean away any blocks, anything that is keeping you from being in this energy, from being in that knowing, which is claircognizance. This is the clear knowing energy. This is why it's such heavy discernment here, because you just know things and it's hard to explain. It's something you just have to like go with a lot of times, and if you go against knowing what to do, shit happens and you're like, fuck. And it's like I knew I should have done that. It's like having that kind of thing. But they're trying to teach you to not have retrospective. They're trying to teach you to look inside and be like, you need to trust that more than like getting the, oh shit, I should have done that. They want you to be like, I'm glad I did this more, because you're listening. And then we have Three of Swords. There's a lot of pain this group has to go through, but you're not supposed to run from it, because this coming out like on this retreat reversed, it's like, yes, take care of yourself, but don't turn away. You need to keep going forward no matter like how beat up you feel, no matter how painful it is. But you also need to watch your words, because it feels like they're coming through saying you know better. They support you, but they're not going to support you being a bad person towards other people, because they really feel like you know better. It's just one of those things, especially having this grandmother energy coming down watching over you. It's almost like you can get smacked with a flip-flop, pretty much. It's like, you don't act like that, you've been taught better kind of energy. And then Five of Pentacles reverse. This is really coming out on your own, understanding. This is why they're telling you not to focus on soul family. It's like, this shit's here. They're telling you to kind of like drop it and focus on yourself, because that's what's important, is tuning into what you know and understanding it, and not needing to lean on others or feel like, you know, others' energy has a direct impact. It's literally you being able to have your boundaries and lean on your own energy. And then together we have Four of Swords and the Devil reversed. So this is seriously like, this is learning that yes, you are a mirror, but you don't need to take on other people's bad traits. No matching energy for this group. You do not match other people's energy. Like I said, this group, I feel like you're being told you know better. Do not match other people's energy. If people are throwing stuff at you, give it a rest, walk away from it. Boundaries up. You're not meant to be repeating other people's energy, no matter how strongly it affects you. Once again, we have another card that's like, do this shit yourself. Three of Pentacles reversed. It's like, once again, you're being told, yes, you have the people, okay? You got your people. You need to give them time to get their shit straight and to come in and do what they need to do after, but you can't even be expecting them to come in if your shit's not straight. You need to be tuned in to the stuff that's going on here. You need to tap in, open up, stay opened up, and not be taking on other people's bullshit, so that way it can just move in. It's going to hit its peak. Okay, this energy's coming in strong here. It's not waiting around anymore. So, let's see what's going on. Luminous Warrior. Okay, we're just going to keep going the battle over here. Very strong solar plexus energy. Definitely, if you guys are past life feeling, I definitely feel that warrior vibe here. It's probably why this discernment is so natural, is because you know they had to be on their toes. They had to know what was danger, what was safe. It's like having the natural instinct of knowing these things, knowing what protection feels like, knowing what a threat feels like, being very tuned into that. This is also being able to be your own armor, no matter what people throw at you. Like I said, with that mirror energy, you have to be able to be your own armor. You have to have your own warrior energy. And luminous goes right back to that moon energy. Lightning, you guys have that Jupiter too. Jupiter, Aquarius, all this stuff. You guys are definitely being struck. But you're being struck with, like that clear knowing thing, clear cognizance. You guys know. Okay, and that's why there's this huge thing where you keep getting struck with the same thing over and over and over again, is because they're saying bring out your high priestess energy. Bring out your knowing, stick to it, and trust your intuition. Quit doubting it so we can quit striking you with this stuff, because it's there. It's like they're trying to say, this is here, it's working, let's go with it, guys. Like, we need to start moving forward over here. And they're going to keep striking you with it until you start flowing with it. Oh my God. Literally, it's like my child. I'm telling you, this is some grandma energy over here. She's looking like, my child, I'm seriously going to smack you. Like, back of the head, flip-flop everything. Like, this energy right here, it's like, they know you have this warrior energy. They know you know how to work with things. And they keep striking you. Like, that flip-flop's like lightning. They just keep striking you because they're like, this right here, yeah, this painful energy that you're allowing to block your thing because it's like, I don't want to know, is like, you're being a brat, basically, is what they're saying. They're like straight up calling you a brat here, and that you need to look inside and realize you're being a brat because they're tired of striking you with lightning, because it's getting kind of old. It'll bring you a lot more freedom if it'll bring you a lot more freedom when the sun jumps out. It will, and this sun is really reminding me of Icarus, the person that flew too close to the sun in mythology, that burnt the wings and they fell. And this is this energy of pain, and this is really making me think with this Five of Pentacles reversed and this Three of Swords. It is really going to burn you if the way you come out with your energy is with pain. Like, if you project pain, that is really going to make you fall from grace really quick. And that was the Hana word that I said earlier, is being favored or being like in the grace of. That's falling from grace. You're going to straight up fall from grace if you do that with you reflecting that negative stuff back. That is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be doing boundaries. That's why when you do stuff like that, it's almost like you get instant karma. Like, literally, if you're nasty, you get instant nasty stuff that happens. It might not be from the same person or from the same situation, but if you are nasty, it comes back in some way very rapidly, like a smack on the hand or something, or maybe a little bigger than a smack on the hand with this lightning. But they definitely let you know that is not what they're okay with. Like I said, this grandmother energy is a hover. It's like a helicopter. It's like really in your business, and like really on top of being like this, you need to stop right now kind of thing. But also having luminous warrior and the sun and full moon temple is like the moon and the sun opposing each other make the full moon. And then we have magic coming out here. Your magic lies within this reflection, like I was telling you guys. You being able to reflect, like I said, is a gift. It might not feel that way, but once you tap into it correctly and you know how to use it with your senses, your instincts, that is how you create your personal magic. That's how you create your personal blessings. The medicine wheel. You guys, I know some of you aren't going to like hearing this, but the reason you are, like I said earlier, a mirror is to help heal other people. That's why it's important when you are a mirror energy that you have boundaries, that you don't take things personally, and you learn to work with it, because you're pretty much other people's medicine. while also healing yourself and being your own medicine, because you can see your own things you need to do through other people as well, with your discernment, with your knowing. It's like you can't run from that. If something's telling you and you're trying to run from it, yeah, that's not going to go well for you either. You're going to get smacked on the hand for that too. So it's like pretty much you guys can't get away from this energy. It's like it's going to keep coming down and being like, okay, I'm going to give you the count of 5. It's pretty much that kind of energy. Like you guys get called that hard, and since it's like you guys are part of birthing a new age, I mean, they're gonna be coming and smacking. I'm sorry. This group is like gonna get pushed right now. So let's see what goddess energies we have here. Sophia with divine wisdom coming out on this warrior energy. Very spiritual 11 energy, building foundations in it through your introspection, which is what they want. We have Nimison, the past. For some of you, like I was saying, direct call out. You guys are, some of this literally comes from past lives, that you just come here and it's like, hey, you're doing this because you already know how to do it and you need to finish it. Otherwise, this lifetime, you need to quit just staring at the past and start learning from the wisdom that's being given to you, because the past isn't helping right now. Then we have 2 that want to come out here with the okay, so these want to come out with the child. We have Benzai 10 and Athena. So we have beauty and knowledge. So for one, self-worth. For other, claircognizance, clear knowing. Like literally, it's like you freaking know. They're just gonna come out. Maybe some of you need to go read about Athena. But with this beauty also, this is Venus energy. This is knowing that you are naturally a magnet, which you've learned through this mirror energy. You are a magnet. This is also learning to create a beautiful environment, harmonizing certain aspects of your life very easily. And this is coming out with this high priestess and this pain. You need to harmonize it in order to tap into this knowing, which they are really trying to snap on you right now. Like, you need to do this. Like, it's how you gain freedom from all this past shit. You guys have Yuki Onna with stillness, with the sun energy. Like I was saying, don't be flying off the handle and getting burned over here because you're throwing this heated stuff onto other people or situations. It's literally telling you need to chill out, be still, be calm with yourself over here. It's like this chill is coming over kind of thing. Like you really, either you're gonna get hit by it or you're gonna learn the easier way by actually listening. Then we have Maya with illusion. Mirror, magic, illusion. I'm telling you guys, your natural state is doing this to people because they need to see reality. You see reality, you just don't let yourself. That's the problem here, is why they're getting upset with you. But you see reality, you know what's going on. You're literally here to bust other people's illusions by literally reflecting their reality at them. It's supposed to heal them, though it's like really messed up for you. But at the same time, that's why you were given your people so early, is because you need to have those to rely on. And then you're continuously getting more people. It's not like you... Since you're part of this age thing, it is a collective thing. You are going to be part of a community that helps you through these things, because you might not have understood it growing up, but now it's like, okay, now it's time to step out and do this. It's not time to be hiding anymore. And then you guys have the white buffalo calf woman with reverence. This is like paying homage to, I feel like it's saying a journey for you guys. This is honoring your own freedom and your own journey by doing this. This also is being able to see the joy in the little things, which they we're really wanting you guys to be more present with this energy. It's like you need to be really secure in your own energy, since people throw their energy on you so much. So it's like really having those boundaries. You guys are probably empaths on a very deep level. Like you literally have that I know what they're feeling, I know what they're thinking kind of thing, with the claircognizance mixing in with this empath energy. Because you can literally feel the energies and understand exactly where it's coming from, because you just know, and you don't even understand what the heck's happening. You need to trust that is pretty much what's coming out here. You need to learn to free yourself from the fact that it's freaking weird and just trust it. So let's look up fluorite. And read that for you guys. So for fluorite, we have truth, consciousness, aura cleansing, intellect. Okay, we had intellect up there. Protection. Fluorite cleanses and stabilizes the aura. It absorbs and neutralizes negative energy and stress. An excellent learning aid, fluorite increases our powers of concentration, self-confidence, and helps us in decision making. It encourages positivity, balances the energies, it improves balance and coordination, both physically and mentally. Boosts immune system. And helps with nerve-related pain. Very, since this one's purple and green, it's connected to the heart chakra, number 2, that intuition I was telling you guys about. Harmonizing and recharging all the chakras. Purple is third eye with the number 77. So if you guys are seeing 2s and 7s, here's some more things where you guys should be paying attention. Increases mystic visions and aids spiritual balance, helps the intuition to connect to the rational mind, which is honestly what some of you guys need to be doing right now. But that is my purple fluorites. So we're going to be doing our last group, our titanium quartz people. And I think Owen chose titanium quartz as well, because I think he said he was drawn to both of them. So let's see what comes out in that one, since he got completely called out with the lepidolite over there. So let's see what's going on here. I do gotta say, these are interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just kind of over here like, kind of interesting how different clairs are coming out for some of you guys too. Possibly you didn't know about them and you can look into them as well. Or maybe it's comforting because you're like, okay, that makes sense now. I know that's how it is for me. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That's it brings some comfort here, and you guys had the card of comfort come out here. It's like needing some comforting with this. Okay, so let's go to our titanium quartz, this purpley blue gold pink shiny ass thing. I'm really hearing loud for one thing, so we're just going to start off with that word. We're just going to start off with loud. Once again, I'm hearing things because I'm clairaudient. Am I smelling french fries? Oh my god. Is this group hungry? Oh, I'm like really hungry now. I honestly don't know if you guys could hear me sniffing or not, but it smelled really good. I'm going to go ahead and start. There actually is an olfactory sense as well that is when you can smell certain scents and you either remember things or it jars certain things, it makes you think of certain things. Just by knowing certain smells and things like that, or possibly you know a scent of somebody. Like, I'm going to use the example of like a cigarette that someone used to smoke. You know exactly how it smells because they smoked it so much, and then you randomly smell it, but they're not here anymore. It's pretty much showing you, hey, I'm one of your guides. If you go through stuff like that, it's trying to give you a very specific thing, like I'm a guide of yours. Wow. So we're just going to come, like I said, this group is loud. Right out the gate, no. The answer is no. You get a big fat no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. And I think this is a whole lot of boundaries. This is a big boundary energy here, especially with all this lightning striking. It's pretty much like your words can be harsh, but at the same time you need to learn. And plus it can be from them as well, being like, you know, you not being grateful and then just flat out saying no because you're being ungrateful. We have priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? This is reversed, so this is telling me you guys are actually starting to learn your energy. You're starting to, it's not like you're completely blocked off to it. You're actually starting to get some feelings. Like I was saying, there's also that clairsentience thing here where you're getting that feeling of something, like whether like having a certain emotion. Maybe you get an emotion brought up by a smell or something. Like there's a lot of triggers that help like happens, not like bad triggers, but there's like clair triggers that happen for this group from a lot of different things. And that's because you're starting to learn the energy. You're not running from it anymore. But you are telling other people what your boundaries are, which is really helping your energy. And then plus you probably get very clear warnings that stop you, like a big red stop sign, that are just like, nope, don't do that. I've been saying boundaries the whole time, and the card boundaries comes out and it's reversed. This is saying you guys are like, it's like, where do you need to establish better boundaries? This is literally like, this group is learning to do this. This is why the energy is changing, is because you guys are putting up boundaries. Like you guys are learning the power of no. It's pretty much what this group is learning. It's unlocking things by saying no. Possibly because all you've been able to do is be stepped on. Whether past life, this life. It was like no boundaries. You could not find your energy. Now you're finding it. You are straight up knowing what it is. You are saying no. You got Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Reverse. It's like you already know what you're being called. It's like you, okay, there's so many clairs in this energy that are coming up, so this can apply to a lot of people since there's so many clairs. Or it can just be like, hey, there are a lot of clairs you didn't know you had because you had no boundaries and your energy was getting sucked dry. So now that you're putting them up, it's pretty much like it's just activating a whole bunch of them. It's just like all of them are coming out and you're just kind of like, what do I do with this? Like it's like you're being pulled to just do things and you're kind of going with it, and then all of a sudden something happens and it makes complete sense and you're just like, well, I'm glad I did it. And then you guys have at the bottom of the deck the initiation. There isn't a rite of passage for you guys. You're there, okay? Like you came here with all these things. You know all these things. There's the clear cognizance, the clear knowing. It's like this is like pretty much you guys are now stepping into the energy that's going to open it up. Pretty much. It's like you already had it. It was like waiting and bubbling to the surface until you finally put this up, or until you finally started listening to them when they flat out came out and went like no, and you're like, oh, okay, I understand that now, and you have to do this, and it's like, thank you. It's pretty much what they're saying. Like finally being listened to. So let's see what you got. Hidden worlds. We got changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. Like I was saying, this is like heavy on the sensing here with you guys. Heavy on these clear energies. And it has that 11 energy to it. It's work, but you have to create space for yourself to be able to... Okay, fine. We'll just take these since... these jumped out, and this card says the leap. So yeah, guys, believe in yourself. Take the leap. Take the leaf. But take the leaf. She's jumping off and literally being pulled off by light. For those of you that can't see this, it's literally like she is jumping up like the freaking Titanic, arms in the air, and she's being pulled off the cliff by light and sparkling and shining. Ecstasy, bliss, belief. This is big belief in yourself here, where it's like, I am worthy of my boundaries. I know what I'm doing. Like, you're really paying attention to these different signals that are coming in for sure, because it's kind of like a sensory overload in a way, because it's like you can't breathe. You got insight, magical tools, writing, and star crafting. Nice, guys. And this is another master number energy with 22. This right here is like, for one, if you guys have been writing your shit down during this thing, this is going to be some awesome stuff for you. You're also discovering a lot of tools that are helping you, possibly divination tools that are helping you access these extra sensories, or processing. There are tools you guys are gathering that are helping you with processing this sensory overload, or at least there's things you need to look into that can help you with tuning the energies to certain things. So that way it's like you can take a break in between the energies coming in. And I know how that was like a complete, like, all of a sudden it veered in this direction, but that's how your energy is. It's like you can get like insight like out of nowhere and be pulled somewhere. So it's really important for you to understand everything going on around you. Like, you have the awareness here with this energy. This is really trying to show you, especially with star crafting over here, this is understanding how to use the universe and the stars to create. But you have to believe you can do it, is the whole thing. And that's what you're learning by setting up these boundaries, is that you're worthy of doing these things. And then you got the Light Priestess, Galactic Wisdom and Cosmic Ritual. Okay, so that's just going to go over there after I said that. I feel like I just talked about that exact thing, but it's you have Priestess reversed, but it was like, how are you being called to step up? And then you have Light Priestess. It's like, it's saying you already have this wisdom. It's like you're doing this naturally just by creating your boundaries. This is literally what this is saying. You're stepping into it by creating boundaries. That was the only thing that was holding this back. It's like you're naturally going to do rituals. You're naturally going to use tools you need. You're going to write what you need. You're going to have the awareness you need to do things. You're naturally going to evolve through how you perceive things because of how your senses are. How these clairs come through for you. You have the star, just straight up the star. Like, let's just, you guys are just manifestors over here. Like, this boundary is like a huge thing for you guys. But once again, the star is believing, because there's a big lack right here that you come from. Like, things were not fair with certain stuff. That's why you're saying no a lot too, is it's teaching you what is fair and what isn't fair, and you having a voice, you needing to, I don't know why, but my eye is starting to bug me so bad. Anyways, it's like things were not fair, and you're having to learn to free that belief from you, because it really is holding you back from a lot of things. That's also part of the boundaries you need to put up, is with people that bring that to you. Even if they aren't actively trying to do anything destructive to you, just them having that energy around you is a huge thing too. Because you guys just soak things up like sponges. Queen of Swords. Like I was saying, you guys know your shit. Dealing with this priestess energy over here. Speak your truth. Speak your mind. You know what is fair. Like I'm saying, put up those boundaries. Be cold if you have to. Like, some people, Knight of Swords, move forward with the communication. It's like, don't stop communicating this once you start it. It's like it needs to stay there. Also, this is coming out with writing. So a lot of this is starting like new writing projects, really moving forward. There could be opportunities coming to you with writing and you using different tools to express these things as well. Different like mediums, things like that. Possibly you guys are mediums. Six of Cups comes out when I say that, so I think that's a confirmation, because this is looking into the past, memories. This is making me think also either past lives or people that have passed on. So that could be a thing for you guys. There is just so much coming out in here. Take what resonates, guys. There is so much. Like, don't try to push things that aren't there. There is just so much coming out for who chose this group. You have the Hierophant reverse. This is you breaking tradition big time. Like, you don't have a box on you. You're not here, like, you're saying no to people that are like, this is what you need to be doing. And I just realized I did not flip over the bottom of the previous deck, so I'm going to do it with this one. But you came here breaking things. It's what you're doing. You're saying no to the norm and you're breaking things. But in a good way. You're using the tools and the knowledge you have to believe and break things and communicate these things because you're supposed to. That's probably why I said medium for some of you, because you might get told certain things that help you understand how to do this. And then we have Four of Pentacles. Like I said, letting go of that lack mindset, guys. Whoever put this mindset on you, or whatever instance caused this, you guys, you know the truth. And you guys get healing the earth as well. Love, humility, and respect. Some people need to be humbled. I don't know why that's coming through. It's probably why this nose up here. But some people need to be humbled. They need to show you respect. And if they truly care about you, they're going to respect the boundaries you're putting up. If not, hey, that shows you where to cut the cords. You guys definitely have some energy where you are cord cutting energy. Like, you can easily do that. Like I said, you guys have manifesting energy here. If you really put your intentions or your mind to something, you could easily achieve that, especially if you're trying to cut people's energies off from you. Okay, I'm actually going to read these to you because they came out together. And we have the moon and we have the Indian cross, which is interesting because the moon's coming out on the star energy. It's coming out with this no energy. The cross is coming out with these energies. And the cross also has two energy, like the moon, because that is the moon energy. You guys have the smoky mirror. I'm telling you, this group has a lot of gifts. Either that, or there's going to be a lot of people that pick this, and you guys all have different gifts, and you need to start looking into what they are. Especially with this leap here, it's pretty much like leaping into this unknown, because it's like you might be able to see some of it, but it's smoky. You can't see everything. So it's literally trusting it. And your communication, whichever way it happens with your guides, is very strong. You just need to tap into it. If it's many ways, if it's one way, whatever it is very strong with this sword energy here. And with this mirror energy being smoky, it's more air energy. It's like you can easily connect to the other side, because if you think of the mirror as a portal, it's almost like you can just connect to the other side very easily. The Hunter coming out over here. You guys, in some ways, you have been hunted. I feel like you've been prey before, and this energy is helping you turn into the hunter, because you're learning tools, you're learning boundaries, but through learning these gifts, it's opening up your ability to do things that before you wouldn't have said. And there's a lot of power in your voice. Things that you say, how you say them, how you write them, because writing can be your voice as well. How you create with your hands, because you can have a voice through painting, writing, music, whatever it is. You can have a voice through all of these things, but your voice is very important. You were once hunted, now you're the hunter. You're the one finding everything that you need for yourself, and you're the one that's hunting for truth. There's a big difference. It's like you're leaving that shit behind and you're finding truth now. Lower world. I like how everybody, I think, got the lower world, which means, yes, everyone watching, you have some kind of connection going on with this shadow shit, which is good. It means you're working through it. But with this group, I feel especially that for those of you that connect to mediumship, this is literally people that have crossed on, that you just straight up connect to very easily. For those of you that connect, you can connect in different ways with different types of abilities and everything, but it's like literally, you know, you're like having that path. That could be one of the things that I was talking about with smell. You know, it is someone that was close to you that passed on because you can smell the scent. And then it's like you start understanding ways they're trying to commune with you, how they're trying to connect with you at certain times. This whole energy also is being able to use tools to work through darkness, which you guys have. It's like you find tools, like you're finding physical tools, but you're also using your knowledge of the cosmos in order to find your way and sift through all of this darkness. But it's your own way. The heart of the sky. This is really beautiful. This is really beautiful energy. This is like unconditional love energy. Really, it's like this cosmic ritual thing. It's like being love, pretty much. Which obviously, coming out on the Hierophant reverse is not something that happens. It just doesn't. Especially now with all this craziness going on, coming from a place is going to make you seem kind of crazy if you're trying to be understanding and loving. But they're also going to be like, how can you be understanding and loving with boundaries? It's contradicting. No, it's not. It's called loving yourself too. So don't let people tell you that if, like, you know, if you're supposed to be this while you're putting up boundaries. It's called self-preservation, self-worth, self-value, self-love. Because you can't love others without loving yourself, truly. And you guys have the sun here. For you guys, I don't feel like it's getting burnt with this card, so to speak. Like one of the other piles. This is more of being able to illuminate these things. Being able to find the truth, speak it with these tools. Being able to have the boundaries. And having the protection of the sun. Because there is a lot of healing here. There is a lot of being able to turn from the hunted into the hunter and having that protection around you that burns who touch you. It's probably why your speaking is so powerful, because it's like the karma is instant for those that wish to be ill in intentions towards you. So let's read these two that wanted to jump out together on the star. First, I'm going to read the moon. Okay, so this might be very specific for you guys. Every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light and then back again. This phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyches. It offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is light waiting, so we can be reborn into this new phase. This calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon, "May our lives be renewed as yours is." The moon also has a strong influence on the ebb and flow of the waters of the earth. This same power in turn affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising from or hiding back into the unconsciousness. The moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of this balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you to make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. For the medicine of this card, it calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time with yourself, without the distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. Well, okay, guys. Now we're going to look at the Andean cross. The Andean cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It depicts the four cardinal directions, the upper and lower worlds. Okay, we literally got lower world over here. And the steps to reach these realms. The hole in the center is the gateway to interdimensional travel, the proverbial eye of the needle, so we can all go through, my goodness, guys. The proverbial eye of the needle we can all go through to experience higher states of awareness and wisdom and to break free of the linear time. The Andean cross announces the start of a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day to that which, until now, has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and to stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. The time has passed and the window of opportunity has closed. This is the medicine, guys. Now is not the moment to take that leap you have been over-preparing for. It is best to wait until conditions in heaven line up again to offer you a more propitious moment. Any bold action you take now will require tremendous effort on your part. Just as important as knowing when to act is knowing when to return to your inner stillness and wait for more favorable times. So, yeah, even the universe is saying no. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, no until you have boundaries all the way up, guys. There's reason there's roadblocks right now. So let's see what the goddesses have to say for you guys. Okay, so literally, we get Skuld again, S-K-U-L-D, the future. This right here is telling you guys not to be jumping ahead. Always looking at the future, seeing what's coming. Yes, it's good to have an idea, but if you're not present in the moment, which is kind of what's being told here, you need to be present in the moment so you say yes to the right things instead of being way off in La La Land somewhere. And then we have Parvati, devotion, coming out over here. This is devotion to self, because you guys really need to learn to have that belief in yourself. And also being able to really tap into that priestess energy, because devotion goes along with that priestess energy. And it's like you already internally know what you're called to do, but like this is really mixing. Where are you going? Okay, let me get this runaway over here and see what this is. Oh my gosh. Oh God. Okay. This card ran. It made me have to go under shit. It made me lightheaded. Yes, you are becoming the hunter. This was kind of, in my opinion, that was a little extra for me to talk about, but obviously they want you to know that you're not the hunted anymore, you're the hunter. You're getting reverence for it. Trust your instincts with what you need to say, with what communication you're getting. This knowledge, for those of you that are claircognizant with the clear knowing, like, there's like no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, you need to sit and listen. But that can also be clairaudience because you guys are being made to listen. I believe this is Loster, New Beginnings, and she even has a crescent moon on her third eye. Moon energy is all over you guys. But these new beginnings are coming out with these boundaries. It's coming out with understanding this lower world energy and how to gather the tools you need in order to keep moving forward. And then for those of you that this applies to mediumship, this is a very new gift, and it's something that you're going to have to learn to progress slowly with, because it's not, okay. Yuki Onna just wants to keep yelling at everybody that they need to sit and be still with themselves. I don't know, was there even one pile that didn't have her? Like, I feel like she came out every time saying that people need to be sitting with themselves. But for you guys, you aren't being called to journey somewhere, okay? It's like this is coming out on your weird tradition-breaking self, okay? Like, your love sits within you. You're not going nowhere. You're where you're supposed to be right now. You're doing the things that come to you naturally. Your cosmic rituals, you know, that stuff. You're being still and you're doing that. Like, however stillness looks to you, however you process stillness that works for you, that's what this is. But it's really helping you tap into that. And then we have Bridget, Creative Spark, for our bottom of the deck energy here. And she's so damn happy. She smiles. It's like, you know, White Buffalo Woman with this reverence energy over here is just smiling. Very cheeky smiling. And this is coming out with communication. This is saying communicate with more fun. Like, have a little more humor. But also with Creative Spark, it's like you're going to get a lot of divine creative energy, which is probably why the stillness energy is coming out. It's saying no, quit trying to run somewhere, quit trying to put this energy like you need to be doing like all these things. Like, some of you need to sit still because you literally need to be writing right now. Like, there's creativity flying through, so you need to be still and write this stuff because you literally had writing. So for those of you that write your stuff out, like, you need to really start doing that instead of just constantly trying to think of everything you're going to be doing. You need to write down what you're doing right now. There is a thing that I heard that instead of making to-do lists, this is really interesting because it changes your frame of mind. Instead of writing to-do lists, write to manifest lists, because it's like as you're doing things, you're actually manifesting them by creating, like just put on there, like, it can be simple, like manifest taking a bath. It's like you are making the time to do that, but you have manifested it. You've created that energy. So it's like learning to talk to yourself that way or speak that way. Like, you manifested money by going to work. It's like looking at it differently, like, oh God, I had to go to work. It's like, I just manifested some money. Like, being able to talk about these things changes perception and it changes energy. It's like you guys learning to work with these things very, like, closely and understand the intricacies that come with all this. And also saying no to negative thoughts, because you guys have this lack mentality up here, and that's probably why you're talking that way, is you got to learn to work through that. So let's look up titanium quartz and see what it has for you guys. So it amplifies and magnifies healing energy and clears and cleanses the chakras. It helps to amplify both body and energy both body energy and healing thoughts. I was just saying stuff about thoughts. It is used to enhance creativity. We have creative spark here. Helps remove blockages and enhances psychic powers. Okay, guys. Said to be capable of carrying higher frequency range. Excellent for trance channels, mediums, psychics, and maintaining grounding while in the higher state of consciousness. I don't know how many times I'm going to mention medium in this freaking reading, but some of you it really connects with, okay? Some of you really are tapping into some mediumship, and it's probably scary, and it's like, what the f is going on here? This is like... So we'll continue. You can use it for meditation. It's especially connected to third eye and crown. Creativity, communication, cleanses chakras, amplifies energy, healing thoughts, passion, insight, harmony, creativity. I don't know how many times this thing's going to say creativity, channeling, chakra alignment, psychic abilities, introspection, dreams, clairvoyance, mysticism, joy, meditation. Like, my goodness, it's like you... Okay, guys. Yeah. And this group also, since I started getting really hungry and smelling some fries, you guys need to eat some food. Something that grounds you a little bit, some comfort food. I feel, especially if you're going through all this energy, you need some comfort food. Like, not all the time. You need to take care of your bodies, but it's like you need a little something that can kind of bring you back down and kind of like make you enjoy the physical senses, because there's a lot happening right now. And it's like a burst. The only thing that's fully keeping it from just like being dumped on you is your mindset. And once that starts to click another direction, it's just going to be like complete, like, here it is kind of thing. But you'll enjoy it. You're going to have fun. And the more you have fun, the easier it's going to be for you. But you just have to keep listening to your intuition. When it's a no, it's a no. And when it's a yes, it's a yes. You need to be very clear and concise with yourself and be really like in your stillness energy to understand what's going on. And if you're pulled to do things, do it. It doesn't matter what other people say. This is your personal knowing. You don't have to do any kind of rite of patching shit. You don't need to patch other people's shit, but you don't need to do any rite of passage stuff where you're having to learn a whole lot. This is what you came here with, and you're creating boundaries so people don't take it from you. And in this way, this is how you heal anything that got broken, and you're able to find your stillness in order to be able to move through these energies and be able to break this lack mindset. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. This was really interesting energy. Like I said, I was randomly pulled to this today, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if anything, some of it makes sense because all this was so random. So take definitely what resonates with you guys, because there was a lot of energy in these things. A lot of information, a lot of energy, a lot of different ways of looking at things. It's just like, especially if you picked more than one pile, you need to dissect what sits with you. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a collective reading. I don't know what on yet. I'm just gonna go with stuff because maybe something else will happen that'll be like, hey, let's do a reading on this, and I'll do that tomorrow. But I also got enough followers on my TikTok now to go live, so I'm going to start trying to work that into my schedule and go live on my TikTok, which I'm excited about, do some random readings and whatnots. Also, if you still haven't joined Discord, join Discord. I'm trying to remember everything. I feel like I've been sucked dry over here with all this. Join Discord. If you haven't followed me on my stuff or haven't done the contest, which ends on the 31st, then go do it. I'm giving out 2 1-hour astrology readings. So there's going to be 2 winners of a 1-hour astrology reading. So just follow the instructions for those. And I'll pick a winner on the 2 winners on the 31st, because each winner is going to get an astrology reading with me. It's going to be an in-depth one. And trying to think if there's anything else I can remember, because I'm just really freaking hungry right now. But I have stuff everywhere for it, Rajan. It's on my Instagram, my Facebook, my TikTok. Like, there's videos that say contest on it to tell you what to do for the contest. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go take care of yourselves, go digest this information, have fun with it. I don't know what else to tell you guys with it, because like I said, I found it all very interesting what I was finding out last night, so I hope you guys had fun with this. If you guys like this, write me somewhere, wherever you're following me, and let me know what other kind of ideas you guys like, because I might do those too, because this energy is very interesting, and obviously we're all kind of going through different things. So just let me know on that too. But bye, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm not gonna eat it. Okay, bye, guys. I'm gonna end it by saying I'm hungry. Bye, you guys.